Fight, just leave me alone. Don't start running around like a pillow, like an idiot, making a show of yourself. If you got no...
I wasn't here when that happened, so I haven't heard anything about it in camps. First time I've heard about it. Obviously, I'm not.
Are professionals, and it is part of the process that you go through to prepare yourself for a fight.
Yeah.
So they know what they can and can't do. They won't be exposing themselves to undue risk. They'll be exposing themselves to the necessary preparation for a fight. Disappointing.
Fuck is that?
For the Furies, it's an embarrassment. You know, that they...
Carl Froch accuses John Fury of faking an injury to avoid the fight, and honestly, the accusation lands hard. No scans, no hospital updates, just convenient silence right when the contract needed a signature. Carl Froch smells fear, and right now, the whole boxing world is starting to agree with him completely.
The opportunity for Big John Fury, the fighting man who never fights, to fight me. But yeah, it's just... I mean, be honest, I can't be arsed anyway. And if I did fight him, what would it be? It'd be a couple of jabs to the face.
Carl Froch isn't backing off this claim for a second, and every fresh silence from John Fury's camp only strengthens his case publicly. A genuine injury...
Carl Froch would be a good fight or it'd be an even match, just because it'd be good for Carl to make a right few million quid.
Eddie Hearn softening the language doesn't erase how suspicious this timeline looks to everyone paying attention. Devastating financially, sure, but Carl Froch already called this exact move before it even happened. John Fury vanishing right before fight week isn't misfortune. It's a pattern that keeps repeating whenever real danger gets close.
And like, it's not our fault, but at the same time, like, it would just be devastating for him and for us if he didn't fight this Saturday. So
Frank Warren wants everyone to accept this quietly, but Carl Froch isn't buying the routine explanation for a second. Real injuries get documented, verified, explained. This one arrived suspiciously on schedule, right as pressure peaked, and that timing alone is exactly why Carl Froch keeps calling it theater instead of truth.
Fault. It's nobody's fault. It's what happens. You know, footballers get injured, sportsmen get injured.
Andy Lee offers a fair explanation for bigger men breaking down, but Carl Froch isn't interested in excuses without evidence. Uncertainty about health only fuels more doubt around John Fury's story. Carl Froch trained clean and ready, and he's not letting vague sympathy replace hard proof that anything genuine actually happened here.
There is some differences. You know, they can't do all of the stuff that the lightweights. They fight at a different pace, and I would say they're more injury prone because they're bigger men. You know, you have to be careful. You have to manage them in the right way. And that's something that's, I'm not sure, the health of both fighters.
Adam Smith calling it odd is putting it mildly, because Carl Froch has been saying exactly this from the beginning. Nobody explaining what's actually wrong, doctors staying vague, timing lining up perfectly with fight week pressure, none of it adds up cleanly. Carl Froch stayed ready and available throughout, while this mystery injury conveniently appeared the moment commitment was required.
To deal with all sorts of things, but to have a double whammy on this sort of seismic fight week is extraordinary, and to have both fighters pull out ill and we don't really know what's wrong, also odd. But the doctors have looked at them, they're not right to fight, they shouldn't fight. The fighters are there. They're the ones that I look at all the time. My respect is for the fighters, whether they're top level or journeymen. They're the ones that put their careers and their lives at risk on the...
Frank Warren's disappointment says plenty, especially with that kind of money sitting on the table. Carl Froch has zero sympathy for excuses arriving conveniently once the pressure hits its peak. A payday that big getting walked away from over an unverified injury only reinforces exactly what Carl Froch has been shouting from day one. This is avoidance dressed up as misfortune.
Very, very disappointed. It was an unbelievable purse he was getting for the fight. So we are where we are. If you're not well, you can't fight. And I'm always saying to fighters, I don't want to hear after the event anything goes wrong. Oh, you had a bad hand, or had a cold, or me budgie died.
Jake Paul isn't holding back either, and Carl Froch clearly agrees with every word of it. Sketchy is the exact term being thrown around now, because an entire family built on loud confidence suddenly goes quiet the moment real consequences show up. Carl Froch sees a pattern of manufactured chaos designed purely to delay, distract, and ultimately dodge a fight John Fury never truly intended to show up for in the first place.
He's not as hype as everyone thought. I don't like them. I don't like anything to do with the family. I think they're sketchy. I think they're shit.
Johnny Nelson calling it foolishness fits perfectly into Carl Froch's argument here. Genuine professionals don't vanish behind vague injuries the second real stakes arrive. Carl Froch built his entire career showing up regardless of circumstances, and he's furious watching someone treat a legitimate fight opportunity like a game to be dodged whenever convenient excuses happen to surface right on cue.
The sauce is good. The sauce is good. And so when I'm hearing these things, I'm like, nah. And so it's popping out left, right, and centre. The sauce is good. And so to me, I just shook my head. And when I'd heard all this,
Tim Bradley's honesty here almost proves Carl Froch's entire point without meaning to. Some fighters genuinely sense danger and quietly find an exit instead of admitting fear outright. Carl Froch believes that's precisely what's happening. John Fury saw exactly what was coming and manufactured a convenient escape route. Rather than facing consequences he clearly wasn't prepared to handle.
Fighters not making certain moves, it's because they know. They know already. They see the future and they see how hard, or maybe, mainly how hard something is. You know? So, and so I knew that if I continued, I knew what the future held for me, which was, it wasn't gonna be good. It wasn't gonna be good.
Carl Froch throwing that bottle job label right back looks even more accurate now that a mystery injury has conveniently replaced any real answer. A man who fears nobody doesn't need excuses to justify vanishing before a fight. Carl Froch stayed loud, visible, and ready the entire time, while John Fury's story keeps shifting depending on who's asking the questions that day.
Call me a friggin' shithouse.
A friggin' shithouse.
To me, when you call somebody a shithouse, it means they're a bottle job. It means they're scared to fight anybody. I fear no man born from his mother. I don't even know what that means, but he's called me a has-been. What's all this has-been business?
People are only interested in current champions, men who's doing stuff today, who's getting in and fighting. No one wants to know about an has-been. And that's all these people are, has-beens.
That comes from somebody who's a never-been. Have you ever been to call me a has-been? Has-beens, it makes no sense. It's ridiculous. It comes from a jealous place.
Because they're friggin' jealous, because they're nobody.
I've never been jealous. I'm happy for boxers that get paid good money for doing the hardest, what I consider to be the hardest sport in the world.
He's been a champion of the world, but I'll tell you what, he's not a champion of the world man, is he? He's a first-class shithouse, wants to kick up the arse.
John Fury, there's no jealousy. I've never been a has-been, once a champion,
Simon Jordan respects the man John Fury used to be, but even he wouldn't defend a mystery injury this vague and this conveniently timed. Carl Froch has watched this circus unfold for months, and he's done pretending it's anything other than avoidance, dressed up in medical language nobody's actually allowed to verify or question properly.
Now, I like John Fury. I've met him on a number of occasions, and I've always felt him to be a very educated voice around boxing. His recent incarnation over the last 2 or 3 years of John becoming front and centre of the circus, like a Cirque du Soleil horror show, I think that's embarrassing.
Carl Froch pointing out that pattern of going quiet fits perfectly with this current disappearing act. All that noise, all that talk, and now total silence the moment a contract actually needs signing. Carl Froch has seen this cycle repeat too many times to call it coincidence anymore. Loud words followed by convenient excuses whenever real accountability finally arrives at the door.
Finally, just to finish, I can't come on here and not mention Big John Fury, the fighting man. He's gone quiet again. He talks the good one, doesn't he? Talks the absolute gobshite out of himself. Doesn't fucking stop going on and on and on and on and on and fighting man. He doesn't shut up, punching walls. And then it gets put onto him. John, what we're doing? Are we fighting? I think DAZN's been onto him. I think Misfits have been onto him. Calisal and the promoter.
Duke McKenzie reminding everyone of that promise only sharpens Carl Froch's frustration right now. A Hall of Famer doesn't make threats he can't back up. And Carl Froch fully intends to deliver exactly what he promised the moment John Fury stops hiding behind unverified claims and actually agrees to step through the ropes like a professional should from the very start.
He's promised me unequivocally that he will smash John Fury to pieces should the event actually happen. Again, you're looking at a former world champion in Carl Froch. You're looking at a former he's a Hall of Famer, Carl Froch. You don't get into the Hall of Fame, the International Boxing Hall of Fame, without having been pretty damn decent in your own professional career.
Eddie Hearn, backing Carl Froch, even outside the ring, says plenty about where genuine confidence sits right now. Carl Froch doesn't need size advantages or convenient excuses to feel ready for this fight. He simply wants John Fury to stop hiding behind a story nobody can verify and finally prove this injury talk isn't just another delay tactic dressed up as misfortune.
Every man what's done that and done me in person, he's in a bad way today. Every man. Outside, I'm an animal. I'm telling you now, people who know me, or the past, they're all dead who know me. Who could say he can fight? Outside, he's an animal. They're all dead and gone. I'm from old school. I'm from the 70s, 80s and 90s when men was men. We didn't talk down YouTube. So men made videos. We fought. And you see that, the pussies, man. Pussies. You think some 12-stone man can beat me a 5 round that window like an airplane?
So here's exactly where this saga stands right now. Carl Froch has made his position crystal clear. No medical proof. No honest explanation, just a conveniently timed injury that appeared the moment real pressure arrived at John Fury's door. Every insider, every pundit, every fresh piece of silence from that camp only strengthens Carl Froch's case that this entire story was manufactured purely to dodge a fight John Fury knows deep down he cannot win. If Carl Froch finally gets his hands on him, expect zero mercy after months of accusations finally getting answered inside that ring. And if John Fury somehow proves this injury genuine, Carl Froch will have to eat his words publicly. Though right now, almost nobody believes that's how this story actually ends. Do you believe Carl Froch? Or do you think John Fury's injury is completely real? Drop your verdict below, hit subscribe, and stay locked in because this rivalry is nowhere near finished yet.